Okay, Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba Hashem, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom and salute to the hopefully elect from the least to the greatest. All right. So I was watching a video, right, and I said I gotta flame this one up, before it get past me. But I was watching a video and I'm gonna pull a video up, right? And the guy was going over stats, and I find this quite amazing. Not amazing because I already knew how greedy these corporations are, and the job market is set up to be slavery. It's these regular jobs. I would say the actual jobs that make the world, the society go around, the actual jobs that matter. All right, they not paying them anything. Then you got these other jobs, these I would say secretary jobs, glorified secretary jobs. A lot of women are in them. You got the corporate world, right? So a lot of women are into these jobs. They go to school for 4, 5, 6, 7 years and get these type of jobs, and they paying them a pretty wage to live. People expect their employer to pay them enough to live off, make a living, the cost of living and everything. So check this out. It says a 2020 report found that approximately 14,500 Walmart employees in 9 states were receiving food stamps. That's crazy. Here it is. This is a multi billion-dollar corporation, and all your employees, they don't make enough to live off of. Now check this out. Let me pull up this because this all goes back to the scriptures. This is the devil. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna play this video. Right, and after I play this video, I'm gonna get some scriptures to show you that this place we call Babylon is full of lies and robbery, and the slave trade, it just went corporate, But let's go ahead and play this video. And I got this video from Right7X. I often watch some of his videos. He get a lot of video. He do review videos on TikTok and Instagram and all that. Basically the internet, but he come across some pretty good information. So I would say fair use, salute for letting me, use the video. I'm not making any monetary gain, just using it for edification purposes and reviewing just like how he's reviewing the video that was sent to him. All right, so let's go ahead and play the video.
Holy crap. Is it all going in the trash?
That's a Walmart, by the way, one of the largest private corporations in America and the largest private employer. They're also the largest private.
You heard what he said? He said the largest private employer. And employer just means you know who you work for. And that's why they call it employee. The employee is the slave or the worker. All right, let's get it.
An employer of people on welfare. $6.2 billion in public assistance is what Walmart employees collect every year. Meanwhile, Walmart makes about $150 billion in profit a year, meaning that they can afford to pay for this for their employees.
150, what do you say, 57 in profit. That's the profit. So they're making probably over 10 times more than what they pitting out. Oh, well over. probably a hunt. I'm gonna just say they making hella profit. Like it wouldn't even like it wouldn't hurt them to pay their employees more money. It wouldn't hurt them at all. Actually, I always said it would actually help the business because if you're paying your employees a nice sum, they'll appreciate their job and you'll get more done. But when you don't want to really pay the employees, they kind of tend to not, do the service. But these elites, they so stingy and they so demonic that they'll crash this whole place just so you won't get anything. And that's the mind of these Edomites, and that's the mind of Esau. They instead of them giving you something that's old, they will rather die before they give it to you than live in harmony and live in peace and harmony with you. That they'll rather die and let you starve than give you something, and and then everybody's okay. Even though they're at the top, they want to see you doing bad. It's not good enough for them to be up top. They want to be up top and they want to see you suffer. So this is the devil, man. Let's go on.
And just don't. Just in the States that we have data on this, more than 15,000 people that work for Walmart collect SNAP. That's food stamps. So one of the most profitable corporations in the world pays its employees, many of which are on food stamps, to destroy edible food. Then those employees who, as part of their job, destroy a bunch of edible food, have to go and collect food stamps, money from the rest of us so that they can eat. And then, because they have an employee discount, they take and they spend that money at Walmart. Food stamps, which are sold as a way to help the poor, which they absolutely do, don't get me wrong, but food stamps, in reality, those are a subsidy for grocery stores like Walmart. It is a set amount of money that those stores are guaranteed to get every month because, you can't spend your food stamps on anything but food. And you probably noticed that Walmart has this nice little business practice where it drives all of its competition out of business when it moves into a town. Like they'll deliberately sell food at a loss in new areas where it has competition because it has so many stores that it knows it can afford to sustain a little loss to make more profits later when it's the only business in town that sells them any food. So the rest of us are paying to feed these Walmart workers while Walmart is destroying food that they could just give to these employees. And before anyone says that they don't donate that food because they're worried about lawsuits or something like that, that never happens. Lawsuits like that never happen. They're completely protected by Good Samaritan laws. As long as you donate food in good faith, i.e. you don't donate food that you know has gone bad, that's moldy or something, you are completely protected. Lawsuits like that literally just do not happen. They literally just don't want to spend the money that it would take to donate that food. They don't want to have to deal with all the coordination and all that. So they destroy it instead.
Well, there you have it.
So that's the devil. It's no other way to put it. I'm tired of these Christians keep coming up to us trying to save this man. And then when we show you these elites who's controlling all this, that at the push of a button, they could change things. And a lot of people will be, all right, you got these fucking black demons, these Christians coming up to us thinking that these devils could be saved. All right, so the first scripture that I'm going to start with is Psalms 37 and 28. And Lord willing, this is edifying to the body, But start with 28. It says, for the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. See? So these wicked elites, man, they're getting cut off now. It's starting now. But they've been doing so much wickedness, it reached the heavens. It reached the heavens. You can't do but so much to the point where as though you never got judged and you got these Christians walking up trying to save Esau, You ain't doing no saving Esau because you can't even save yourself. We're going to be in Proverbs for a lot on this particular lesson, but let's go to Hebrews, and then we're going to jump back over to Proverbs. This is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. And it says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Who is Esau? It will be the so-called white man, referring to Malachi, Malachi 1. You know, you can go at Malachi 1 or 2 and 3, I believe. Or Malachi 1, and they'll show you that the people ruling, Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So that's Esau right there. Reading on. It says, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So these, which in the reincarnation, they were the Edomites, right? Their forefather, which we believe to be one of the top wicked elite, he didn't care about his birthright. You know, it was all in the spirit set up anyway for him to be that way. But he's so careless at things. You can see it how he treat his own people in America. He don't give a damn about these lower class Edomites. And that's crazy because in the kingdom, the average Israelite gonna be good. They're gonna be looked after good. You know, they're not gonna be on a level, because there's level to this thing, and this existence with Yahweh created is levels in this existence. So we can't change what's already created. That's how just the Lord made it. But we're not going to be treating the average Israelite bad, I'm gonna say, or the lower Israelites. You know, if Lord will, I'm the elect. I hope I'm one of the chosen. You know, but the good news, you know, we go to Matthew's 24 and 14. The good news of the kingdom. That's part of the good news, is knowing you're an Israelite, and you'll be, if you ain't delivered on this one, you're gonna be good on a second half. You know. Yeah, it says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would inherit the blessing, he was rejected. See, so you Christians, you vocabularians, you can't save your master. You know, there's no saving the white man. You know, I'm sorry to bear the news, but your zaddy is unsavable. Look at all the hell that he bring on the earth. I was just looking at Taylor House Publishing. It's a good chapter that brother be going in. You had a white boy, a suspected Edomite, suspected white supremacist. He just shot a Jake in the head at a stoplight during a traffic signal. So these devils are still getting, and it took them a month for them to catch that devil. You know damn well if that was a Jake, he would have been caught the next day. They said that dude went back to work like it wasn't. I might do a video on it, Lord willing. He said they shot the Jake, a 57-year-old Jake. This young Edomite devil, having road rage. He shot the man and then went back to work like it ain't nothing happening. But that's on another subject. But just showing you how these devils are still getting away with killing Jake all the way up to this day. So this devil got a lot to pay for. You know that Jake that he passed too, the Jake that passed. He's in the spirit world, but he's going to be able to get that devil back because he's coming back, right, through reincarnation. And that devil, he probably do some time, of course. But when that devil perished, by the time, you know, evil or happen or whatever, when the kingdom come, that Jake gonna remember, and he might have him as a slave. You see what I'm saying? These Edomites don't know what kind of trouble they're in. They don't understand that the Lord gonna put the spirit on us to remember each and every thing. Everything is being recorded, but we're gonna have that memory to think back. just like how back in the day you used to have a VCR and you put it and you record it. It's just like that. Everything is being recorded. So all the things that you did to us in the past it was recorded. So we're gonna have that spiritual power to think going all the way back, jot down, oh, you did that. Oh, you damn that. And we're gonna have the spiritual power to pick you out and know your spirit and know the exact devil that did it. That's how badass this truth is. The Wadi Yahweh Shafa allowed us to understand at this level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm on a deep level, but I'll throw out of how about Shemel Shah to at least allow me to understand that part. And it's deeper levels than because when in the kingdom, the Lord gonna open us up to other things, But for right now, He give us what we need to get through, All right. So anyway, so let's go back to Proverbs, or we're gonna go to Psalms. I want to make this. We in the spirit, This is Psalm 58 and 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So they liars. All right. So let's hit Proverbs. We're going to be in Proverbs for the rest of this lesson. This is Proverbs 29 and 7. It says, the righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know. So they don't even care. I just showed you that thing where the Walmart, a lot of the Walmart employees, and you better believe a lot of that percentage is Jake's working. But guess what? I just looked at the statistics the other day doing research, and I found out that I think it's like 37 or 40. It could be even more, but it's like 37% so-called white people on food stamps. And it's only like 20% of Jake that's on food stamps. So it's more Edomites getting government assistance than it is Jake. But they'll have Jake as the forefront or the representative of welfare because they always basically shitting on us, excuse my language. Because Esau is that particular person. He's just a devil. So they're going to make Jake the face of it. But the whole time, so-called white people are on government assistance more than Jake. But we understand that a lot of those so-called white people are, in fact, Israelites as well. Some of them. You know what I mean? Because we've been scattered. We gotta tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, Let's go to Proverbs. We're going to be in Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 16. It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. See? So these devils can't even sleep unless they did something wicked, And some of these scriptures are talking about our people. If you can receive it, that's what I'm saying. Because we got some wicked Israelites, that they done took on the mindset and the ideologies of these Edomites. So you got wicked ass niggas that had his mind frame. They could not sleep without doing the mischief. But ultimately, this is talking about the elites. The wicked. Who was the wicked? Esau. But a lot of Jakes have adapted the customs of these Edomites, going all the way back to Yahweh Shah, and even before that. But that's using that as an example. When Yahweh Shah was being persecuted, those wicked niggas, a lot of those are Jakes picking Barabbas over Yahweh, and things like that. So they wicked as hell. But this is Proverbs chapter 11, right? So we're gonna go to 21. It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And I like what's my boy Amazing Lucas. That guy's funny. But he be on point. He be on point, man. He be going in on those Edomites. That's why he calls it the lineage of evil. He on point with that because they are. You know, I'm gonna start using that. The lineage of evil. That's the evil lineage. Esau, the Edomite lineage, and that lineage from Esau it came back. It was Cain, and Cain unalived his brother, so he came back as Esau, and from Esau, he got with the Canaanite women, and that's how you got the Edomites, and so-called white man was born. Um, the nation of Edom. All right, and you know throughout history, the nations had their ups and downs. We were ruling, they were ruling. We were ruling, they were ruling. But they pretty much took over rulership around what when they became the Greeks, and around what 300 Alexander the Great, and a little bit before that. But then they was ruling for like what 400 years. Then they became the Romans, and then got taken down by Jake, and that's when you ushered in the Dark Ages. What they call a Dark Ages was the Byzantine Empire. All right, the Byzantine Empire lasted for about 1,000 years, a little bit more. You know, some say around 100 AD, and AD just mean after death, because this is all about the Lord Yahweh Shah. You know, so it's like around 100, maybe a little bit before or a little bit after, but I'm just giving you the scope. You know what I'm saying? All the way up to the 1300s, late 1300s. That's how long Jake got back into rulership, and then that's when you had the Borgias. That was Esau coming back in rulership around the 1300s, 1400s, right? Then you had Christopher Columbus and all that. And that's when their rulership started again. That was the Roman Empire coming back in play. All right. So that was the lineage of evil scripture right there. Let's get one more. This is Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 25, and we'll close it on this one. It says, the righteous eateth to the satisfying of the soul, but the belly of the wicked shall want. So what's that telling you right there? They'll never be satisfied. You can't satisfy these devils. You know, I mean, the righteous will, you know, and we'll be satisfied with the things that we got. You know, Jake, even in, you know, we're in captivity right now. We ain't in our kingdom, but Jake could be all right with a house, a car. You know, we want to get by, food, clothing, and you know, you could say it's simple, but you know, us in a ruling class mentality, we want more because we understand that we're not slaves. But this devil, you just cannot satisfy. I just showed you the incident where they're not fair at all. They had the means to make things a little better, and they'll rather make things worse. And that's what you got. That's what we're dealing with here. But all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, for giving us this truth and knowledge in his lesson. I hope this lesson was edifying. Till again, brothers, Shalom.